What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Amzn stock, we got a flat day on Friday and Amzn closing right at the support 138. So this is going to be a critical level to watch going into Tuesday morning on Amzn 138. Amzn breaks below 138. You're going to see a quick flush down to 136 and then 135 also as support because we have 13 SMA on this daily chart sitting close to 135. Just below that also we got support red line 50 SMA which is rising close to 133, and only if that gives up you're going to see Amzn retesting and possibly filling this gap just under 130. Now Amzn can hold 138. You're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 142 and possibly even higher to this price target on top, 146. On Google, stock is down 0.40%, and Google was running way too high, especially was getting overextended, trading above upper Bollinger Band here on this daily chart. Now Google stock getting up to 138.58, and then we saw that pullback. But also look at this, guys. Again, if you look at this candle, there were more dip buyers on that pullback than sellers. It was just getting exhausted, getting up above the upper Bollinger Band, so we saw that sell-off. But overall condition here on Google stock definitely looking strong and bullish for a run all the way up to 140, and that is the next target on Google stock. Now going into next week on Monday on a pullback, and especially somehow Google stock gets down to 135 to retest this breakout, watch out for that. That would be a dip buying opportunity. I mean, we really got close to 135 on Friday, but not quite there yet because of this blue line 5 SMA sitting well above 135, 135.67. So in between 135.67 to 135, we do have strong support on Google stock, and only if that gives up, watch out for the support down here around 133 and then 131.77 all the way down to 130. Now Google stock staying above 135 to this blue line 135.67. Continuation to the upside will continue. This Bollinger Band will expand all the way up to 140, and early as next week we could see Google stock only above 135 hitting 140. So keep an eye on that. There could be some money making opportunities next week on Google stock only on a pullback, and I would not be chasing Google stock for $3-4 move all the way up to 140. On Meta, it's up 0.17%, and look at this rejection from Thursday and even on Friday. Now, I kind of missed this big move on Meta. Once again, not shorting around 302 because I did take a trade, and that was the only trade I took on Friday, and that was shorting SPX and selling out for 80% profit. Now, Meta, if you look at my screen, rejected again, just above 300. So 300, it's going to be a big level to break. But if Meta actually breaks 300, guys, that is going to be a big bullish indication on Meta for a big run all the way up to 316. Below 300, so far it's holding 296 as a support. White line 20 SMA, and just below that we also have support around 295. Blue line 5 SMA, so 295 to 296. That is going to be a key level to watch going into Tuesday. And only if that gives up, you're going to see a flush down to 290. And below that, there could be more downside, again coming all the way back down to 276. The moment Meta breaks 300 and we can get maybe one or two close above 300, that is bullish. You're going to see more upside all the way up to 316. Microsoft is up 0.27%. So Microsoft, just like I said before, upper Bollinger Band coming down and the lower one going up. So far, it's getting a Bollinger Band squeeze right here, right in between these two Bollinger Bands, upper and lower. Now, if you look at it again, gapping up on Friday, 332 almost, getting rejected and coming down to exactly 326, holding blue line 5 SMA as a support into closing. So 327.46. Now blue line 5 SMA moved up. So that is where you want to watch for a support. And so far that is holding. And also we got this mini uptrend on Microsoft and that is holding. So you want to see a break above 333. And also, this Bollinger Band on top needs to expand all the way up to 339. And if that happens, we get that breakout above 333. Bollinger Band expands all the way up to 339. You're going to see continuation to the upside all the way up to 339 to even this gap on top, 345. On a pullback, you want to watch this support around 327.46 and just below that, guys, right here, 325, this mini uptrend that is holding right here on this daily chart. And if that gives up, we also have support 320, and below that a quick flush all the way down to 320 and then 316. Also, guys, Apple stock yesterday and today is getting even more and more oversold. Now, I know a lot of you guys will say, hey, oversold can stay oversold for a long time, maybe a couple of weeks. Yes, that's possible, but you don't want to be that person shorting Apple stock right here. When RSI on the daily chart at 27, when was the last time you saw Apple on this daily chart, RSI at 27? You don't see it too often. And now, look at this, guys. It's getting extremely oversold. So I would not want to short Apple stock here for small gains. That is a very risky game if we are doing that on Apple stock. Buying the dip only if we are going long. And if you're buying calls, then definitely buy some time and always be prepared to average down more if this thing gets down to 170 or under this level. But if you have like weekly calls, I said it before, or maybe 2 weeks out, even a month out, those are gonna get toasted. On Apple stock, it's up 0.85%. Now, Apple here, if you look at my screen, getting rejected from 190, but also the way Apple stock ran. And that is why, I played that video for you guys today. That Apple stock, you do not turn your back and say goodbye and buy puts right here. You buy the dip. And if you're buying the dip and going a bit longer, thinking outside the box, you're going to make a lot of money on Apple stock. And this is exactly almost $18 to $20 move from the bottom. And looks like we could be going even higher. Maybe after a small pullback, and then Apple can possibly go all the way up to 195. And don't forget, we still got a massive event coming on Apple. So, we could see a lot more upside in the short term and then possibly a pullback after that event. So Apple stock now, 190 breaks, you're going to see Apple stock closing this gap just above 190 around 191. And above 190, not only this gap, there is a possibility Apple can go all the way up to 195.28 to close this gap on top, but I would not be chasing Apple stock right now. I know there could be, a couple more dollars to the upside, but no. Just like I said before, I would not be shorting Apple stock here going long. I would not be chasing buying Apple. I'm not even shorting it right now. I'm not doing anything. I sold my position for a nice profit, and that was right here. And Apple stock still running, so I'm not going to do anything on Apple stock. I'm just going to watch and wait for a pullback. And here's my X account. And if you're on there, definitely give me a follow. It's an easy way to connect with me right here on X. And I do post a lot of things. I do not charge anything right here on X, like my daily, weekly expected moves, my charts, my videos, and also some of my trades that I share with my Patreon group. I do post those right here on X. For filling this gap, just under 222, not holding this support, also not holding 220, and now as you can see, it's trading at 217. Now, when this stock here, RSI was getting extremely overbought, 88.90 on this daily chart, people were asking me like, hey, can I buy Tesla? I think it's going to 400. And I said, no, you don't want to chase here. And now it's time to load up the boat on Tesla. But all I see, people are shorting, looking at the other side, 28, and then people are running for the door. They think a crash is here, so I don't want to buy it anymore. As a matter of fact, I bought another 100 shares of Tesla today. On Tesla stock is down 5% on Friday from this bullish consolidation. Friday, Tesla took a beating of a 5%. And why? Because we got news Tesla cutting prices again and also cutting prices on full self-driving. Now it's down to 12 grand, and I think it was 15 or 16 grand. And that is why Tesla is down on Friday. We saw everything else gapping up, and Tesla here, guys, soon as the market opened, Tesla was going up all the way up to 259, and then this thing got chopped off down 5%. It was down even more, all the way down to 242. Now, this could open up a lot more opportunities going into next week, guys, because Tesla getting down to a big support level. This bull flag consolidation around 240. And now that's also aligned with this white line 20 SMA sitting close to 240. So that's going to be a critical level to watch going into next week on Tuesday here on Tesla. And also just below that, we also have another support orange line 13 SMA on this daily chart, and that is around 237.40. So in between 240 and 237, this level here on Tesla has to hold next week, and Tesla can hold right here just above these levels. Then we could see another leg up on Tesla back up to 251 blue line 5 SMA, and only if that breaks you're going to see more upside back up to 256, and then a breakout will only happen above 262 on Tesla. There's going to be a lot more upside all the way up to this gap, almost close to 290. On Netflix is up 1.43%. Now it's obvious that, when everyone is looking at one thing, like this head and shoulder pattern, it's not playing out to the downside. As a matter of fact, it's going the opposite direction. Now playing out to the upside, which is kind of insane that, we got this head and shoulder pattern, but it's playing out to the upside. So next week, guys, Netflix almost touching 450 on Friday, 445, 43, and now we got resistance right here around 443. Soon as that breaks early as Tuesday, you're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 450. Now below 443, watch out for the support down here. Strong support 431. We also have blue line 5 SMA sitting just below this red line 50 SMA. So this is going to be a strong support 431. And just below that, we also have support down here 423 and then 419. On AMD, it's up 3.53%, a massive rally on AMD Friday, and now it's trading above 108, holding above a negative sloping white line 20 SMA, which is sitting right around 108. So this is going to be a critical level, but I think if we can draw a line right here on AMD, guys, in the short term, we got a nice uptrend on AMD. And as long as AMD is above, I would say 105 to 106, that is bullish in the short term, and those are dip buying opportunity here on AMD. Now above 110, or actually 111 in this case, red line 50 SMA sitting close to 111. Soon as that breaks, there is more upside on AMD. Even in the short term, AMD can hit 115.49 to close that gap on top, and then we also have resistance above it right here, 118. Now below 108, like I said, watch 105 to 106, big support on AMD, and if that gives up, this was just a dead cat bounce, and AMD will come back down to flat 100. On Nvidia, stock is down 1.71%, and look at this magnetic support we got on Nvidia. First one, 482, previous all-time highs. So far, that is holding for the whole week. Nvidia holding above 482. Also, if you look at my screen, blue line 5 SMA moved up. Now it's at 485. So that is also a support on Nvidia. Only time this thing will come down, Nvidia breaks under 482, you're going to see a flush down to 466 and possibly down to this white line 20 SMA around 455. Above 482, Nvidia definitely can hit another fresh new all-time high, and that could be anywhere from 505 all the way up to 520. And that's all I have for you guys in this video.